Now then, how are you? This is Beyond the Block. I'm going to show you how to do a stuffed pork crackling roast for the perfect Sunday dinner. So now I'm going to go through the perfect Sunday roast for pork. What I'm going to do to start with is stuff it with some Cumberland sausage meat. So all we're going to do is make some incisions in it. Remember, we don't do any of this on machines, we make them all ourselves. That's why we can't mass produce them, but we can give them to the needy. So, I'm going to do you some Cumberland pork sausage meat. Take the casings off the pork sausages that we use in shop. This is a Cumberland's just got a bit of herb in it, so I thought if you're doing your own stuffing as well, I didn't want to just put stuffing in it, I wanted to put meat inside it. Now these are actually proper pig's intestines that we're taking off, because we make proper sausages in butcher's shops. We used to have to make tons of these, tons of them. Take the pig intestine off for the natural casings, get your sausage meat together. Dead simple, stuff it in. Get it in, get it in, get it in. These ways and means of doing this other ways, but this is how we like to do it. These are handmade. You've got your Cumberland sausage meat in the middle. Till I've done a few of these, look at that, perfect amount in them. And what we're going to do with that then is just salt it all up. All the way around. Then we're going to smear applesauce all over it. We don't put this on outside because you don't want it to burn. So obviously it's sugar based. If you put it on the outside, we've made a mistake with that before. Then we're going to wrap it in dry cured bacon. Your dry cured bacon again will give you that saltiness, going through the sweetness of the pork and apple. Then you've got your Cumberland in the middle, which in my opinion is perfect. Dry cured bacon all the way around. Then, to finish that off, because it's crackling, we all love crackling, don't we, in England? 2 pieces of pork rind on there as well. And it's as simple as this. This is type of joint that does need cooking thoroughly. Beef you can cook medium rare, lamb you can cook medium rare. Pork needs cooking all the way through, in my opinion. Now you can overcook it. If you overcook it, it goes crumbly and dry, which I don't recommend. But I'd keep more of an eye on a nice joint of pork like this than I would the like sirloin roast and stuff. So I'd probably give this about 2.5 hours, something like that. You're going to be left with a piece of meat that's going to weigh about 1.4 to 1.5 kilos. But the flavours you'll get out of this is bang on. And like, we just leave it at this. This will come vacuum packed. But if you want to add mustard or alter outside of it, that's entirely up to you. I just do middle bit to what I think. And if you want to add something to it, then that's fair play to you. If you want a little tip for doing good crackling, it's this. Scald the skin with boiling hot water before you cook it. So before it even goes in the oven, pour boiling hot water, like blanch the skin. And then, right at end, if you're covering it in foil, which I recommend as well, take the foil off and then just turn it up at end and it should crackle up. Now, all we do with that is just finish it off with salt. That salt, by the time it gets to you, should start curing that crackling, so it'll be nice and salty. Just trim ends up. Remember when these come, like if they're a little bit rustic and that end, don't worry about it. They're not machine made, so you know there might be a bit of spill. When these get vacuum packed, there's a lot of pressure going on in it, so there might be some of that applesauce spill out and stuff, but it's not end of world. And there you should be left with a 1.5 kilo perfect pork roast with bacon, stuffing and applesauce. Now, this is going to take between 2 and 2.5 hours to cook, depending on how you like it. A good indication of how to tell if it's cooked or not, especially with pork, just put a knife down like that and another knife outside of it, open them up. When them juices come up clear, it's cooked. But be careful because you can overcook pork and it'll go dry. Some people do like it that way, a bit crumbly. I don't, I like it a bit more juicy. So once you've had this in the oven for like 2.5 hours, what I'd be doing is clipping these strings, taking the crackling off that'll be done on top, and then I'd turn it and slice it against the grain like that, straight across. Just slice it, carve it straight through, no problem whatsoever. You've got your stuffing in the middle, your bacon will be on top, your crackling's already scored, so you should be able to just break it up into pieces for serving. In my opinion, that'll serve 8 people comfortably, or if you want 4 and some leftover for sandwiches like we do. If you're a pork lover, this is the ultimate pork Sunday roast. It's $19.99. Click on the buy below, go straight through to the website, purchase this for the perfect pork Sunday roast.